Hello, welcome everybody to a November 15th gold analysis. We had gold and the indexes last week, but we're gonna stick with gold indexes. Not a fan of. I think I'm gonna master gold. Stick with that. That was just a test week last week. Gold has some nice moves this week. I'll get to showing that in a bit here. But now let's get started with the gold analysis. So I always start off with the every week. I'm gonna start off with the quarterly, right? So with the quarterly, I do feel like we're gonna fill this wick. There's a doji being formed, but there's a lot of bullish momentum. Few factors: stimulus package, the vaccine is only going to be 15 to 20 million, and there's a lot of underlying with the vaccine as well, plus uncertainty with the election and all that good stuff. So let's get started here. Quarterly, it still looks good for the bullish side. I do feel like near the end of the year, we're gonna finish out bullish. I feel like this election drag on is going to kind of make the market sell off. People buy into gold and the vaccine. I'll tell you more about that in a bit. Monthly, we could see the support being formed right here. So November, there's a big support on this area right here. So with that support, if this does hold, we're going to get nice bullish momentum. You can see that from its like bullish moves. Here, for example, October 2018, bullish move, support formed, and then breakout. And it's just been going ever since that. Something I'm expecting here is kind of support being created, and it is being created around this level. If anything breaks below this level, that's easy sells. That's obvious. That's going to be like sell. You could do it. Just click enter sell, and it's going to go down. Probably go down to like 1780s, something like that. That's still hundreds of pips to catch. So we look at the weekly now. This is interesting because 2 weeks ago we had this big green week during election week, right? So with that big green week, what I was anticipating is like a follow-up last week. That was my analysis. I did say sell when it breaks levels, but any fundamental news or anything like that is obviously going to override any technicals. Because technicals, this is a bullish candlestick. If you just disregard this one, this is a bullish move, potentially test up here. With this candlestick, it makes things interesting now. It was a big sell-off to start the week with a push up near the end of the week. And then when you break it down to lower time frames, it's actually perfect. This Monday candlestick was news of a vaccine. Pfizer got a vaccine that was 90% effective. And this vaccine, they said they're going to have 15 to 20 million of these vials at the end of the year, but only for Americans. There's still a lot of other there's a big population that still needs vaccines. So there's a big sell-off in gold. The market's pumped up quite a bit, but after that you can see it failed to sell off even more. I think that's because when you actually look at the details of a vaccine, it needs to be stored in minus 70 degrees, which can only happen with liquid nitrogen. So you need the capacity to store it, transport it, and store it in a space which is minus 70 degrees, and you only have one chance to freeze it and to thaw it. So I feel like when the market actually looked deeper into it, it created this support, and then it pushed up on Friday. With this push up though, I do feel like we're going to test 1900 on Monday, even 1910. 1910 has been a big level. So between 1900 and 1910, I feel like we're going to get there. As for what it does after, we'll see if it kind of rejects this, sells off. If there's more positive news about the vaccine, or depending on the fear or uncertainty of the states, the American election, etc., all that good stuff that's been going on for weeks, could see this pump up. But just looking at the daily formation right now, we have this big sell-off support, which attests the previous lows from September and then end of October. And from that, it created support. Started a bullish move up. Even Friday, it had a bullish move up. And with this bullish move up, there's clean traffic to the left. Clean traffic to the left usually indicates another candlestick that will go up as well. So we go to the 4 hour. We can kind of gauge how we think the 4 hour is going to react. So the 4 hour is pumping up too. This clean candlestick on Monday, it usually has a mirror one. So I do anticipate kind of a mirror candlestick, not in this regard where it was almost 1,000 pips. That's actually fucking fat. Holy. But I do expect maybe like a 50% retracement or something along those lines, right? So even taps into 1909 for 50%, which is 1910, that support we have, or the resistance we have drawn out. We go to the hourly. We can see this breakout that happened Friday. I have to delete this line, sorry. It broke out of the minor level at the 1889 area and continued to pump up. Pulled back near the end of the day, created support, but we can see these clean candles. Usually it mirrors it. I am anticipating 1910 to be hit. I feel like 1910 will be a good level for gold to hit and retest. Kind of gauge how it does around 1910. The news this week isn't a lot. Monday there's nothing. Tuesday OPEC meetings, retail sales, Philly Fed unemployment claims, CB leading index. It's not a lot of big news. Maybe core retail sales, but I don't think it'll move too much. I feel like the states don't really give a fuck, and their retail spending is the same, so it's gonna be like as expected. I don't expect a major change from it. So we'll keep an eye on how that ends up. Other things that could affect the price of gold: stimulus. Me and my buddy talked about it. If another stimulus package gets approved, for example, then you would have to create money, and Jerome Powell would have to press that fancy red button he got in that office over there at the Fed office. So with that, I feel like you're creating a lot of inflation. People are going to be more inclined to invest in safe assets such as gold, and money will just be pumped in the market. This is exactly what happened in March. You had that big sell-off, and then money was pumped in. I feel like the sell-off was kind of to get a better price for most central banks, smart money, because what would smart money want to do? Would they want to buy at 1965 or would they want to buy at 1865? Right, you're saving $100 there, maybe like 5+%. So with that 5%, it's going to be a 5%, even bigger gain on the way up. And that's one thing I'm kind of anticipating, is kind of having that support being created and then the push up. But we'll see how the levels do react. I mean, the daily is giving the best indication for a bullish candlestick, at least for the Monday, having a bullish move up to 1910, 1900, something around those areas. So I feel like that will be the biggest indication. But we'll see with all the fundamentals and all the macroeconomic news, such as elections, vaccinations, stimulus packages. The U.S. is really going to be the driver of all that. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. So we have our levels drawn. We had our levels drawn from the bullish side last week, which is pretty beneficial. We had our levels for the bearish side, and as you can see, that day actually went and tapped to that bearish side at 1860, which is quite funny. Actually tapped into that level, and even the lower level at like 1850. Hey, 1850? Damn, that's low. Yeah, 1850s. Wow. So it tapped down there and then ended up proceeding to go up, have the dead cat bounce, go lower, and then have another bounce all the way up. Again, I do feel like we're going to go up just based off the daily candle. Not a lot of news to affect it, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, what's up, throwbacks? How you doing today? Thanks for tuning in to the gold analysis. I'm just preparing for the week, trying to get a good idea on what to do. I think I have a pretty decent idea, decent plan. Yeah, happy football Sunday today. Cowboys on a bye hit. We will get Dalton back, but Gilbert actually did pretty decent. I thought you guys were gonna beat Pittsburgh last week. That was a good one. It'll be a good football Sunday. My Ravens are playing Sunday Night Football, but against Patriots, that'll be an easy game in my opinion. Be pretty solid there. I'm gonna actually write everything down here. So we got this. We got the intraday move. We got the longs, and then the potential long-term long. No, you guys' season ain't over for the Cowboys. Dude, they're only like one game behind Philadelphia. You just beat Philly once and you're like first place. The NFC East sucks bad. It's like anybody's division. Everybody has like 2 wins, right? Just need like you probably just need like 6 wins to win that division. Then you guys are good. I do feel like Dallas can beat Washington, New York, and Philadelphia, all the other 3 teams in your guys' division. So I think that could happen. Who's your alternate team? We need a Super Bowl ring. That's what every Cowboys fan says. Well, yeah, you don't have a Super Bowl chance this season, but you have a playoff chance. That might be good enough. You like the Raiders too? Yeah, Raiders are good. Raiders are good. I like that Vegas stadium they got now is actually so fucking sick. Can't wait to go there when everything's better. Who do you think's yeah, fact. Who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl this year? Mahomes, yeah, I agree. Mahomes is next. Dude, honestly, I think Mahomes might by the end of his career is gonna be the greatest quarterback of all time. Right now it's Tom Brady, but the way Mahomes is playing and his trajectory upwards right now, this guy is just like unreal with Andy Reid's offense, the weapons he has, Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, and C. He doesn't. It doesn't matter about the running back right now. He got Bell and Ceh, but and the defense is playing pretty well too. But yeah, you're right, Mahomes. I do feel like he has the best chance for a Super Bowl. I think the Steelers, their 8-0 records, kind of it's good, but I don't feel like they're the true undefeated team. Close games against backup quarterbacks. The game against the Ravens, they were down for like 3 quarters. They had a comeback, but Ravens choked that pretty bad too. I really need that. Doesn't potentially break. This combined with pretty simple analysis. I'm trying to keep it simple. I want to be prepared for both sides. I think I'm going to call what it's going to do. I'm going to play the price action for gold. I think that was the biggest thing because last week I did think it was going to continue bullish momentum, but obviously respected this resistance area, pushed price all the way down, respected support, moved up. It's basically as simple as that. For gold, the news, I don't feel like it's too important to put down this week. I mean, it's just core retail sales on Tuesday, really. Like Fed manufacturing, unemployment claims, CB leading index, nothing too crazy. Won't really move the market too much. But yeah, that's about it for the gold analysis today. I'll have this up on the website blog and we'll go from there. Thanks, Throwbacks, for tuning in. Thanks, everybody else, for tuning into the gold analysis video. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Check out our podcast on our website. That's on our SoundCloud. Didn't do an episode today, but we'll probably have one next week. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. I might have a simulation tonight, so keep an eye out for that. But other than that, everybody have a good football Sunday. Good luck to everybody's teams and fantasy football teams.